All right, so one of y'all was knife shaming me in the comments down below about my old pocket knife that I have here. So we gotta fix that. Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Over on the bench, we've got a new Gerber knife set. Let's go take a look. So this comes to us from our friends over at Gerber, and I guess there's a little bit of some detail here that we need to go over. This tip here broke off because I was building fences for my lambs out in my pasture. And then I am not a fan of this Tonto point. I don't know, it probably has some purpose. I don't know what it is. I thought it looked pretty cool, but it doesn't. This is an Emerson Kershaw, and it's not a bad little knife, but it is also, you know, it's time. It's over 10 years old. I've used it. I put a lot of memories into it. I did like the plastic handle on the one side and the clip on the other. It's a liner lock, folds in place, and then it has this little hook here, so that when you're pulling it out of your pocket, it'll hook on the seam on the pocket and open itself up for you. So it's got kind of an assisted opening, but not really. So the problem is that with no point, it's hard to use, but it still works. I just sometimes try to be more gentle than other times. Oh, we've got two. This must be fun. Okay, so this is the Gerber Pledge Spire, and then it's got a whole bunch of letters after it, and it's a big box. Oh, that's small. I like that. Nothing like using your old knives and your old multi-tools to get your new knife and your new multi-tool out. This is a Leatherman Wave, and I have used this on every project I have ever worked on since I bought it, again, over 10 years ago. And it works out really well. Some of the problems with the Leatherman multi-tools, however, are it comes with this little bit thing here in the middle, which you can replace out. I mean, you can see how small that is compared to like my finger. This is tiny little Phillips head on one side, good for like eyeglasses or something, and tiny little, it was supposed to be, can't even focus, it's so small. It was supposed to be a standard screwdriver, but it turns out that it just breaks is all it does. So I don't use that. And then the other thing is that sometimes sometimes it goes like this and doesn't open up on you, and it's kind of a pain. Like this side over here isn't rotating at all. And then that side does that. What you want is reliable opening of the pliers. And then third, a lot of times I'll get like a big old hunk of flesh stuck in there while I'm working on something, and that is painful. So those are some of the things I'm trying to solve. One is get rid of the Tonto point, make it easier, get rid of the knife shaming. Let's see what we have here. Oh, it's got added lightness. Nice sharp blade, I like that. Nice anodized black finish, that's nice. This is also a liner lock, but it's kind of an interesting liner lock design. So I'll have to get used to that. But low profile, I like it, that works. Let's get rid of the trash. Yes, I'll pick my trash up. Jeez, you people. Oh, comes with a case, I like this. So what I'm gonna do is this is gonna get relegated to some ham radio go bag somewhere, and then this is gonna be the new everyday carry pocket tool for a while. So you'll probably see this as an old friend on the channel. So there we go. And what did they say this is? This is the Center Drive Rescue. Oh, look at that. So that's what they mean by center drive. This has got a little bit of an offset hook. So it turns this into more of a normal screwdriver type action, as opposed to being off center like the Leatherman was. And then another thing that we get with it is a set of bits. And these look like they're standard screwdriver bits, and they will fit into the screwdriver bit holder here, which is fantastic. So a couple of Allen heads, a couple of flatheads, a couple of Torx, a couple of Robertson, a couple of Phillips, and then the Phillips that it comes with, which I probably will switch out for a smaller one, I don't know. We'll see. And then that should fit right up in front. Perfect. So now I have my tool and my bits all in one. There we go. Make sure that the center drive part is towards the back and it'll go in and out easy. Awesome. All right, so let's take a look at the individual features of the knife itself. So there's a lock there. What are we locking? Okay, I'll have to get used to that. So you can kind of toss it out. I'll show you that in a bit. And then push this button here after it locks in place, and it will release the tool back. And then this is some kind of unlock. I got to figure out how that unlocks. So there is a spare bit holder for your second most popular bit right there. I'll have the typical number 2 Phillips there, and then a standard there, and I can switch those in and out fairly easily. And then I have a pry up tool and a bottle opener and an awl and an awl. All in all, it's an awl. And then a file. There is a cutting tool or a rescue tool, like a seatbelt cutter. So you would hook this onto your seatbelt and pull. If I did that, it would probably cut that open. I don't want to do that. And then lastly, there is a knife blade with a little saw. One of the things that I use quite frequently with this is actually the saw blade. I use this for trimming little tiny weeds and bushes and stuff that are growing up right outside the door of, different buildings that I'm at, invasive species kind of things that you don't want there. So I can have that knife out and then I can push that back. And now I have a regular knife that I can use to do knife type things. However, I always have a pocket knife with me, and this knife blade here is usually the one that I keep clean and use for more clean things. And then the knife that I carry on my pocket clip is the knife that I use to do all my dirty actual, physical labor, and that's why they get broken. All right, so we have decent size of pliers. There seems to be enough of a gap there not to get a whole lot of human meat stuck in it, which is good. Wire cutters and wire strippers built in. These are replaceable cutters, which is really nice, where you can take them out and you can sharpen them if you have that talent. But the fact that they're replaceable is nice because I also have no ability to replace these guys in here. And a lot of times if I'm cutting something pretty strong, it will fold over and get stuck, and then I've got to pry it open and do some work with it. All right, so there it is, fully exposed in all of its glory. We're gonna have this on the channel quite a bit in the future coming up, so stay tuned for some more information as we do a 6-month review of this thing and see how well it has held up to the test of time. This will be the new long-term test tool that I'm using on the channel here. The Leatherman Wave is a good tool. It's had a nice 10-year run. It is going to go into an EDC bag or an antenna bag or some type of go kit so it can continue to get some use out of it and be around as a backup. The new Gerber tool is going to be the primary, and the Gerber pocket knife is going to be the primary, so no more knife shaming. There are links in the description down below for all of this stuff, and there is a video right here I think you might enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.